Hi, Jake here. Just thought I'd make a video to tell you what I've been doing for the last couple weeks. We're in the middle of January 2020, 18th of January. So, about 8 days ago, I did a 48-hour fast. I was at 172 and I wanted to break down through that 170 mark and get into the 160s. So I did a 48-hour fast, no problem. Worked really good. Went through the 48 hours and went from 172 down to 166. So that's 5, 6, 7 pounds. 4, 5, 6 pounds. Yeah, it worked really good. And I was surprised how well it went. I knew I was going to probably gain a little bit of that weight back, because a lot of that is water and stuff, and I think once you start eating again and you start holding a little water, so we went 166, but we held that. It's kind of funny, the first 24 hours I went from 172 to 167, and then that last 24 hours I went from 167 to 166, and then I held that 166 for 3 days, which was surprising. I was surprised, but then I went and probably did a boneheaded thing, because I'm always experimenting with stuff to see how it works, and if it works, good. If it don't, well, I'm going to put that up here too. Well, it didn't work. I probably could have held that 166 if I would have just kept eating my meat and vegetables and everything, but I didn't. Rosalie made a big pot of Spanish rice, and I thought, well, let's see what happens. While she was making her Spanish rice, I had this big old ham bone with a bunch of ham on it, and I put that in the pressure cooker, and I pressure cooked my ham bone with some onions and some tomatoes, and made a kind of a ham tomato soup or something, But it was good. I had it all seasoned up, and the broth was really, really good. And so I thought, well, she had so much of this Spanish rice. I thought, well, I'm going to put some of that Spanish rice into my ham broth soup type deal and see what happens. Should never have done it. I started eating that ham and rice soup. It was basically soup. I made it pretty thin. It wasn't like a stew. But it then thickened up like a stew, and you kept having to add water to it to thin it out, because it would just turn into a big chunk. Well, that's what it did on me too. It did turn into a big chunk, and I was at 166 there, and then all of a sudden I eat some of that stuff, and then I'm 168, and so I've been 168 for 2 days, eating some more of that ham soup stew with the Spanish rice in it. Now the last 2 days I'm 169, so I've gained 3 pounds eating that stuff, and I still got 2 more days of it to go through. So I'm not going to eat no more of it for a while. Rosalie, we had a couple really nice T-bone steaks in the freezer, and so she took them out, and we're going to have T-bone steaks. And I'm going to take another chunk of meat for tomorrow and eat that, see what happens, because holy moly, because basically the Spanish rice was just hamburger, some tomatoes, and that rice, and I thought, well, what the heck, is it But then it's the carbs. I'm sure all the carbs in the rice made me start holding water because I've been fairly thirsty and I've probably been drinking a lot of water and stuff. And I thought, well, could it be that the rice is making me retain water? So I'm going to go 2 days on just straight meat and see if, because if I hit 170 pounds tomorrow, basically my 48-hour fast was worthless. So I'm just going to try that and see if it works. And I just wanted to put this out and let everybody know that, God, you know, without charting everything, I wouldn't realize, God, a couple, 2, 3 days eating Spanish rice and I'm going to gain 3, 4 pounds from it. You know, it was just surprising because this is the first time I've really gained weight. And I wanted to document it, and I documented it. And sure enough, just adding that little bit of rice. Now that was quite a bit of rice. I mean, she made a big slow cooker pot of Spanish rice. And when I put it in my soup, I put quite a bit of that Spanish rice in there. So it was a lot. So I was, you know, even though I watered it down quite a bit because I had my ham spiced up pretty good, and with that Spanish rice, I had to put some water in it, kind of. It was pretty spicy. So now we're going to try. Is this 169.6? That I weighed this morning is unacceptable. But the beauty of it is I log everything that I got. I weigh myself, and so I saw the trend. I saw this trend start, and I'm just logging it and making sure. And so now I know I can stop this weight gain real easy. I'm just going to eat the T-bone steak, and I'm probably gonna. I got a pork butt in the freezer. That I'm going to pull out, put it in my pressure cooker, and I'm going to slice that pork butt, and I'm going to eat that because it's a nice pork butt. And I pressure cook that stuff, and it's just as tender and tasty as you can be. Because sometimes pork can be a little dry, a little chewy, and with my pressure cooker, it's just perfect. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll let you know what's going on. But I just wanted to throw this up. I did that 48-hour fast like falling off a log. It was so simple. Rosalie got a little upset with me doing it, but I just kind of snuck that one in there without her catching. She asked me if I had something to eat. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm good." I didn't tell her. Only thing I had was some coffee and some water. So we kind of led her a little astray. But I was just curious about when she made that Spanish rice, what it would do. I didn't eat it. I mixed it with my stuff. Watered it down, thinking, well, I might get by doing that, but no, I went 166 right back up to 169. So it's just like 2 days, 3 days at 166, then 2 days at 168, 2 days at 169, and it was just 0.4, 0.4, 0.6 up to 169.0, 169.6. So had to be the rice. I just can't handle the rice. It blows me up. So it's good to know. I know once I try these things, and then we know, and I'm charting myself, so it's not going to catch me off guard. So now, like I said, I got 2 more days of that Spanish rice, but I'm not going to eat it for a couple days. I'm going to see what happens now. Going basically carnivore with my 1 meal a day, and see how that works. If it works, I might have a bowl of it one day, but I'm not going to eat it in consecutive days. I want to see now. Like I said, I got 2 days probably left of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I gain tomorrow 170, I know there's a problem. So we will, if we hold 169 or we drop a little with the carnivore, 1 meal a day carnivore, and then just have 1 day of it. Can you, you know, have 1 day and get by? If you have 2 days, you can't get by, or what is it? So we're just trying to figure out how this works so that we can maintain what we got. We go off the deep end and start eating other stuff, and then we start creeping back up, and it just keeps creeping up. Next thing you know, you're back where you started from, and we're not going to do that. So I just wanted to let you know what I'm up to, and we'll try this, and then we'll throw another video up and see what the results are. So I really appreciate everybody looking at these, and we'll keep you informed. Talk to you later. Bye.